Hi, Mark Satterfield here. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's talk today about LinkedIn and how we connect with people on LinkedIn and then how we get them from LinkedIn to actually engage with us. So, what most of us do, and I do it, and most everybody I know does it, is to reach out to a targeted group of people on LinkedIn that you think might make good prospective clients. And there's usually some variation of a message that explains why it is that you think it would be good for them to connect with you. Now, of course, you want to customize that using the standard LinkedIn, I'd like to connect with you messages. I mean, one, they're not very good. Two, they're done to death. So, most of the people you want to attract are just going to ignore it. Plus, it kind of shows that you're lazy. So, don't do that. So you have a customized message that gives them a compelling reason for why it's in their interest to connect with you. And it doesn't have to be anything terribly elaborate. In my particular case, I do some LinkedIn campaigns that are focused on financial advisors and wealth managers. That's one of the sub niches that I work with. So my message to them is that I focus on the affluent market and create a series of blogs and videos that I think might be of interest to them over time. And if you are focused on the affluent market, maybe you should connect with me. Easy peasy, and you're probably doing something similar. Now, the question then becomes, once they connect with you, what should you do? And the reason that this is top of mind is that today I got an email or a LinkedIn message, and I get a lot of these, with somebody who says, thanks for connecting, and now I'd like to talk to you about my particular services. I'd like to talk to you about your financial plan and how I might be able to be of assistance. I'd like to talk to you about fill in the blank, X, Y, Z. Now, there's nothing wrong with that on the surface. Obviously, at some point in time, you're going to want to talk to your prospective client. The question becomes, when do you do it? The analogy that I use is it's a little bit like going up to the pretty girl or the handsome guy at the bar and saying, hi, want to go out on a date. I mean, does it work? Yeah, perhaps if you play the law of large numbers. But realistically, what you need to do is you need to warm up the person. Same thing with LinkedIn. And really, this goes for your overall marketing message. You don't want to just go in immediately and say, hi, thanks for connecting, now let's talk. Because what you're asking someone to do is to give up the one thing that they can't get back, and that's their time. So instead of doing that, what you want to do, in my opinion, is to get them migrated from LinkedIn, which is not a particularly good platform for staying in continual contact with your prospects. What you want to do is you want to get them over to your own website. And you do that by offering them some sort of lead magnet. Could be a free report, could be a video series. It doesn't really matter what form it is delivered in. The key is that it's something that would be of interest. So in this particular guy's case, and I wrote him this. I said, what would have engaged me is maybe pitching me about an article that you've just finished on why the 60/40 stock to bond portfolio is something you don't want to do, especially if you are in your 50s and 60s. Well, okay, so if you're targeting baby boomers, well, most of them are in their 50s and 60s, and so this would be something that could potentially be of interest to them. Now, I just kind of made that up the top of my head, so it's not a particularly good lead magnet, but hopefully you take my point. So instead of just pitching that you want to talk to them from the get-go, what you want to do is you want to woo them. You want to get them over to your website, use the lead magnet as the tool to do that, and then you can start the getting to know you process, continuing to send them helpful information. remember, the best way to show somebody that you can be of service to them if they hire you is to give them some really valuable, helpful information during the marketing process. We talk about content marketing. You've heard that to death. But what content marketing really is helpful information. So think about this. If you're marketing on LinkedIn, and you probably are, think about the customized message that gives people a compelling reason to engage with you. And then once they do, give them something that's of interest that they will then want to go to your website to download or watch. And of course, they've got to opt in to get that, and that way you've got the contact information so you can stay in touch with them. So, hope this is helpful to you. Don't have anything particularly to sell you today, but if you're watching this on YouTube, naturally I'd love for you to become a subscriber. If you're watching this on my website, browse around. We've got a lot of good information here that I think will be helpful to you. So until we do have a chance to perhaps someday in the future speak personally, this is Mark Satterfield. Bye for now.